That's cool.
All
Yo.
right. It is
Black Hat 2K here with Caesar.
episode 18. Wait, you going to try to just
No, fuck no.
throw
That's
everything
all you.
off here? Episode 18, building character. Caesar RE, Black Hack 2K. This week's guest, This Guy Rodeo, right down here in the bottom. Rodeo, I gave you a little brief, like, hey, let's do a little intro. So we normally just kick it over to our guest, do a little intro about yourself, whatever you want to, like, kind of get us kicked off with, who you are, where you're from, how long you've been streaming, whatever information you want to give, kids, things like that. I know you mentioned that in the sign up, so I'll kick it to you.
I'm This Guy Rodeo, aka Manny. Y'all can call me that anytime. I am a full-time single dad of an 8-year-old little girl. I do get a lot of help from my mom. I also take care of her as well. I work like 80 plus hours a week and try to stream at the same time. I've been streaming for about 3 years off and on. So sometimes I have to go dark and I got to build it back up. I did have a good following on Twitch, or not Twitch, TikTok a while back, but I got the account deleted. So I'd, just build back up. That's what I'm trying. Black actually got me back into it, so he's actually been one of my major supporters, and so he's helped me through a lot. So in a short amount of time. So yeah, so I'm just going back into it. Actually got a better setup than I did before, so it's going pretty good. I just got to keep grinding like I'm doing.
Yeah. I just can't get over here in 80 hours. I heard 80 hours and I'm just like,
minimum.
Yeah, I'm like, holy cow. So is that Monday through Sunday every day?
No, usually I pull 16 hours.
Okay.
16 so I'll do 16-hour shifts. Yeah. But I think, like, depending on how short we are, because I'm a supervisor at an airport. I do security. And so I work anywhere from 109 hours, which is 5 16s and 2 12s.
Okay. And you said
I have a massive question.
Yeah.
What are you dipping?
Grizzly Wintergreen.
The wife's away. Did you add it to your pizza order?
No, they won't deliver nicotine.
So you said, I mean, if they have it in the shop, maybe they would, right? Like, I don't think they'd go pick it up.
You can order it, but you have to pick it up. You're not allowed to because they have to scan your ID.
Gotcha. 7-Eleven picks it up for her. Do it over here.
So you said airport security?
Hmm.
Like where?
Like TSA?
Yeah. So I was gonna say in the front, in the back.
I work at a warehouse. I work at a warehouse for UPS, so I oversee the security and the access points. So.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
We see everything.
Nice. 16-hour shifts. That's got to be rough, especially when you got to have eyes on everything. What kind of breaks are in that 16-hour for something like that?
Normally I don't break. I'm the one doing the breaking.
Okay.
I mean, it's not a hard job. It's really easy. It's just like TSA. You scan people coming in and out, and just find anything, you call it in. It's nothing anyone can do.
I guess I just meant 16 hours doing anything, right? Other than maybe sleeping, and even then, sleeping 16 hours is probably hard to do.
I live an hour and a half away from work, so usually it's like a 20-hour day if I'm doing a 16.
Holy. And you're back the next day, 4 hours later, huh?
Sometimes I sleep at work. I have a truck, and I just roll it out, camper it, and just stay in the truck and go back to work.
Now, is that a unique situation, Manny, or is that like most of the employees? That's their job. Like that's.
I think I'm just a workaholic.
Like okay.
I think I just work so much because I got to provide. So
sure.
It's literally what I've been doing since my daughter's been born is just working nonstop.
Sure. So is that, Manny? Is that like overtime then? Right? Like are you just collecting overtime?
Definitely. Yeah, definitely.
So you're picking up shifts for other people and things like that.
Yeah. Nice. Mostly just doing what I can, making money.
Yeah. And where's that based out of, if you don't mind me asking?
Texas.
Cool. I feel like I meet so many people from Texas through Twitch and gaming, like more than if I go through all the people that I play any of the games with and I meet randomly, I want to say, it's not like if you put them all up, it's not greater than all the people in all these other places, but the majority state that comes up is Texas for me.
I I get like Florida, North Carolina, and like Virginia, the absolute most.
I don't think I've gotten Florida at all.
You get a lot on the
Kenny,
coast.
Kenny's the only one though.
yo, Corey, Neo. Well, Neo's been focusing on school a lot. I still talk to that kid, by the way.
Hmm. But
Yeah.
that's dope, man. How long you been doing that for?
Um, Going on almost 2 years, but I've been doing security for over 8. I started
Okay.
on corrections and did corrections for a good while, and then switched over to armed security, and now I'm doing this.
Okay. Cool.
Security's the only job you can be super old and still do.
Sure.
I
That makes
I
me feel
actually
good.
I'm actually switching jobs, which is a cool thing because I can work from home. So next week is my last week. So I get to work from home,
Oh,
so I can
dope.
oversee my mom and my kid, and I get like double the money.
Sure.
That's nice
So
that they were able to work with you, man. For real.
no. It's a totally different company.
That's what I was gonna say. What are
Oh,
you
really?
switching to? What are you switching to?
Yeah, I'm gonna be a supervisor for tech support for Brinks
Okay.
home security.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
so I get to work from home. I'm
If
trying to
they're
figure out how I'm
hiring,
gonna
let
put
me know.
definitely. Most places, that's the crazy thing is most places are doing home any kind of like tech support or call center. They're all working from home. So you just making money. It's easy.
Sure.
Dude, I've done a bunch of research on like, in-home jobs and like trying to find somewhere that has decent insurance. And dude, I fill out all the paperwork, I do all the application process, and then I got a call back from it was either AT&T or DirecTV, or it was AT&T and it was the off branch of DirecTV or something like that.
They're a
And
contractor.
no, like I think AT&T owns DirecTV. And
Yes, they do.
they had called me back and they were like going through like the application process and stuff. And they were like, we just need to know any underlying medical conditions. And I'm like, is that even legal? Like to ask?
I have no
Depending on the
idea.
state.
I
I have no
dude,
idea.
I know like when I was hiring people here in Illinois, we were not allowed to ask that. So like I was thrown when they asked me that, and I'm like, no, I'm perfectly fine. They're like, well, why'd you leave your old job? And I'm like, brain surgery. And they were like, well, why didn't you go back? You were there for almost 10 years. And I'm like, I have seizures. And they're like, oh, okay, no problem. Never get a call back.
Hmm.
It's like the fuck?
If you don't mind like driving, you can go
I
work for
can't.
UPS.
I'm not
Oh
allowed.
shit. You can do like an Uber. But like UPS, there are people that work like 2 hours a day. They work 2 hours a day and they get full benefits after 9 months. And I mean, I'm talking about full benefits.
No, I'm legally not allowed to drive.
Oh,
Like I'm fucking
sucks.
homebound, which doesn't bother me too much, but like
Bicycle?
I don't know. Probably. I'm okay.
Well, so
Doesn't roll because you
rodeo,
are.
you mentioned also um like you got into black and black's been helping me out getting back up and going kind of thing, right? When did you find black hack and like what kind of
Um,
pulled you in and everything like that?
I think I found him on TikTok, and it was also it started being just his graphic designing. That's all I was seeing. I wasn't really seeing his gameplay or anything like that. It was just graphic designing, and I just fell in love with it. I was like, Jesus.
Hmm.
I even messaged him about it and try to figure it out. I tried to jump in his lives and figure it out, but I was still new to Twitch and all the exclamation point Discord and all that stuff, so I had no idea. And so I finally figured it out, or it popped up somehow. I clicked on it, and then boom, I just started following more intensely on it. But it was because I even got some of his graphics on my
Yeah,
stream.
you were one of the first waves of paid graphics.
It
Oh,
was
cool.
really
He
good.
was one of the few that got a full pack.
Nice.
Yeah, it was
His stuff turned out good.
it was
I
really
mean, I
nice.
love his logo. I love his logo. I always see his logo. It's pretty good, like a
Yeah.
Desperado type of deal, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Was trying to
Uh,
think of some, and I couldn't think of anything, and Mike just helped me out. He's like, "What colors you want? What do you want to do?" and stuff, and he just walked me through it.
yeah, it's like a hard thing, right? Because I feel like it's endless. There's endless
Oh
possibilities for what
yeah.
you could go with, and
Yeah,
like the last thing you want to do, be or do is decide on something and then feel like you want to change it. you know, after you do it, you're like, oh, I want to change that. Or so it's like you kind of want to get going with something. And
And
it's like,
that's why I think, that's what separates me from a lot of other graphic designers. I may not be the best, but I'm at least walking you through the process with me. Caesar is the exception. But like I do like Rodeo has firsthand experience of me making graphics for someone. And it is a one-on-one call with me sharing my screen the entire time. You watch the whole process. I use Caesar as a guinea pig a lot when I'm learning something new. And, sometimes that's why Caesar's ahead of the game of getting new and cool stuff,
yeah,
like
it's
my
like,
intros and my 3D stuff.
yeah, it's like, it's usually because like in my mind, I know what I want to, what I kind of want. I have an idea. I don't have the patience. Like I know how to use
Yeah.
some of the software, but I don't. I've watched him. I watch other graphic guys do it on their stream, right? And I watch them. I'm like, how are you just like not wanting to rush through this? Like I'll spend a I don't know. I find it clip art or something. I want to just like
Drag and
crop
drop.
something. No, I want to crop. Well, yeah, I do that, but I'm saying I want to crop something or I want to change colors on something, and I'm like trying to like delete away places of this image and things like that. And I just don't have the patience. Um, and I'm a perfectionist, so it's like it sucks because it's like I want it to be really good, but then again, I don't have the patience to make it really good. And it's just like the last thing one thing I do a lot when I'm editing something or trying to like remove something is I let go of my mouse like a lot, because if I don't, then I go and undo and I have to undo like a ton that I just did because the undo's all tied to like one mouse click, right? And I just erased all of this and then got to this one place and I did too much and I'm like mad at myself, so I undo it. But yeah, so no, that's awesome. So how long have you been streaming, Manny? Like this time
I
around
think I started in January. It was
of
like
this
after
year?
I moved. Yeah, I moved
Nice.
back. I moved back this year, and I was able to meet a lot of good people, a lot of fun people, um, just by just interacting with different people in Discord, and then as well as in just different Twitches,
Sure.
jumping in, talking to people, getting to know people, or bouncing off from. I met Riley through him. I met a lot of people through him just to get through, and so
Yeah.
that's kind of how I bounced around, and so it just helped me grow. And I mean, the first time I tried, wasn't even pushing Twitch that hard. I was just streaming off of what is it, Mixer?
Mm,
Streaming off Mixer, and then I was streaming on TikTok. So I mean, I'll just have my cell phone up like this while I'm playing on a tripod. It
nice.
worked,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, I've noticed that either there's the big growth is hard for sure, right? The big growth is not conquered by many because like that's why it's such a low percentage for sure, especially on Twitch where there's a lot of streamers and not a lot of discoverability, right? One of the things
yeah,
that Black loves about Facebook, right? And being on Facebook. Um, but I guess I've been streaming for a year and a half now. Um, no, I've been affiliate for a year and a half, but I've been streaming probably more like 2 years. Um, I was on PlayStation, you know, for a year of that, I guess, something like a year. And I mean, honestly, the way I got affiliate was by buddies who had Amazon,
yeah,
and I was like, hey, can you download Twitch, this app, and like just start watching me so I can get affiliate, and then you can use your Amazon Prime on me, right? And like I can do this kind of thing. So I would text them, hey, I'm gonna start up. Just pull it up on your computer and walk away, right? Whatever. I just need to average 3 viewers because that was the hard part. The followers, I just did the follow for follow to get there, in like a Discord server. But the viewers is the hard part, or I would say was the hard part. Now my buddies don't watch me at all. Like they never watch. I still get them to use the Amazon Prime, but they never watch me play. You know what I mean? And these are people that I haven't seen in a year and a half due to COVID, right? Like over a year, and they could be, in my chat asking what's up, having a conversation with me that way. Um, but most of my people now are people that I've met through, just gaming and whatnot.
Yeah.
and who found me and just come hang out or whatever, which is pretty cool. It's really cool to for me at least. I'm like, these are people I would never have met ever in my life, right? Completely different state, never will cross paths with these people. Younger, older, right? And it's just crazy what that Twitch does for you.
Yeah. Gaming, it's great.
Yeah. Well, that's the other thing, right? Like, I mean, there's people I've met. I met people gaming like over the years playing online, but Twitch brings it to a different element for me. It's like you can, right now, like we're having a conversation. I can see you face to face, right? We can have the
Yeah.
conversation, get to know you kind of thing. Gaming, it's like, yeah, you make some jokes while you're playing a game or whatnot. You never really see the person. You have no idea what they look like. Twitch brings a different element, or any streaming service brings a different element to that.
Yeah.
But no, it's dope. So, you've been following Black since he made the switch to Facebook. Does that cross your mind at all, or do you like where you're set up on Twitch?
That's the funny thing is I actually started on Facebook because
Okay.
I met a guy and started hanging out with him and playing Road Company with him.
Okay.
And then when I started seeing Blackmore, I started jumping on Twitch. And I'm like, I had 24 followers at the time. I was like, why not? Right. And so me and my buddies from work and stuff, we all were like, hey, we're going to start streaming this time. And we all just started following, did that whole thing. And I just got hooked on Facebook or sorry, Twitch. And I don't know, it just works. I had a lot of people watch me when I was on Facebook though, which was weird. Like I had a lot of people. It was like I had an average of like 8, and that's a lot more than this, but I don't know. I'm just used to Twitch right now. I'm a creature of habit.
Sure.
So it's easier to use. I already got it set up. Don't
It's
gotta
not an
figure
easy
it out.
move.
Yeah. And I saw that, so I saw that train wreck.
Yeah.
It was
was fun.
100%.
Yeah. It's tough, right? In any scope of things. Black, I was wondering. I guess I know we talked about before. You're not hunting graphics the same way you were, right? You've shifted your focus onto the content creation, which is taking up more time, right?
Yeah. Okay. So like the whole shift that you're talking about is something Facebook helped me do, and it was my Twitch blew up because of my graphics, and I'm much more than just a guy who makes free graphics, and my switch to Facebook allowed me to remind people of that. So the people that knew me before stuck around. The people that didn't know me before, besides like a few, Rodeo, Swerve, Riley, Kenny, and like and you guys know who you are. And like there was very few, but they come over too, and they're like, "Holy crap, he's actually creating other content that's relatable." Like Rodeo was one of the first people to ever see my one of my videos. And I have a select group of people that I shift content to just to see how it works before I post it. And the Rodeo's one of them people that I throw content at. Hey, how's this work? And I've gotten negative and positive. And you know that shift, I say shift, but it's always who I was.
Yeah. So
But
just
I
for reference, right? I don't think I ever watched. I'll be honest. I don't think I
a
ever
lot of
watched you
people,
do graphics other than
yeah.
mine. Other than mine, I'm not gonna lie. Like when
Well,
I
I
would come
mean,
over to your
there's some.
Twitch, and no, I'm saying like I would very seldom have you up actively watching, right? Actively watching while you're working on a graphic, unless it
Yeah,
was
it's
one
time consuming.
unless you were working on one of mine. Right now,
Yeah,
uh, I'm engaged with that, right? I have skin in the game. Like I want to see the end product. I want to give feedback while you're doing it, while you're streaming, right? Like that was the
yeah,
mechanism when you were doing the free graphics and things like that. It wasn't like a paid one-on-one call, right?
yeah.
Um, but I watched you and interacted with you more when you were playing a game,
Yeah,
whether it
and
was
some people did.
banter towards your gameplay or just your conversation or whatever, right? Um,
Yeah.
so
No,
yeah, no,
and
I feel that.
the whole move helped like a ton.
Well, we'll talk more about that I
Oh
think
yeah.
in 2 weeks, because I think you and I are gonna have just a me and you
Yeah.
in 2 weeks for the 20th episode.
Yep.
So back to what I was asking Rodeo, I guess. So Rodeo, like you said, you were on Mixer for a little bit, right? You were on Facebook for a little bit. You
Yeah.
landed on Twitch. I mean, working 16-hour days, you have to be a creature of habit, in my opinion, right? Like,
Oh
you
yeah.
you have to
You would have
like
to be.
doing the same thing because you're doing the same thing every day for 16 hours at a time, right? So, and I'm a creature of habit, right? I as much as I like the discoverability of Facebook and things like that, I fear the relation. I mean, I would have to hide my gaming profile from my personal profile. Personally,
That was a huge worry of mine, man.
I would have to
Yeah.
hide my gaming profile from my personal profile. And you got Chris, he goes and shares it. He shares his own profile into his personal profile. I think
I
he's just trying
mean,
to get entries in his giveaway, to be honest. But yeah.
All three.
the bottom one's mine.
Do you have you went XLR mic wise Rodeo?
No, I'm still kind of new. I'm a budget, like I budget build everything. Like
Sure.
the only reason I started streaming was because I was really good at a game called Rainbow Six Siege.
Okay.
And so I was really good at that game. People are like, you need to stream, you need to stream. So that's why I went on Mixer, because you could just Xbox and boom. I did that. And then people are like, you need to build a PC if you want to be something good. And so I just literally, I budget, like my monitors I have to have two 27-inch monitors. And I paid $100 for both of them.
Damn.
Like
Oh, killer deal.
yeah,
Killer
I just
deal.
look for I just look for deals, like offer up different sites. Um, Micro Center. That place is amazing.
I've
Yeah,
never
I
been to
got a.
one.
Oh, it's the heaven. It's amazing. Like you can buy people that just buy open box stuff. Like my processor is a 2600, the Asus 470 Prime. I paid like $150 for both.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
When I go to mine was a pre-built. When I go to build, we're talking a couple years down the road when this one starts to die off, and graphics cards are easily accessible. I'll probably do a micro center stop and go in. Hopefully, COVID will be in a place where I can go and have a conversation with an employee and like talk through, hey, I want to build, boom, 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 and do all my research and then come out of there and put it together. But
Oh, it's stupid easy. I YouTubed it. It
yeah,
was it. You just have to make sure you get the right parts. So the
right.
right motherboard, the right CPU, and just make sure you get the right stuff. And then there's a lot of sites. There's a lot of like Discord and stuff like that that will show you how to build it. Like it's Legos. First time building it, I've walked people through it over the phone. Like people that are switching that I play on Xbox to PC.
That's
I
awesome.
walked them through it. Yeah.
No, that's awesome. Yeah,
100%.
I would say I'm similar in a lot. Like this is not my full time gig. This is Black's, right? This is Black's livelihood now. So if it became a livelihood, you can make different trade offs because now you're spending money to make money, right? It's a part time gig for me, and it's just a fun hobby, right? So you don't want to put too much money into it. At the same time, with anything, it's like, okay, you have fun with it, so you want to spend money on it, right? You want to have
Mhm.
a better experience for yourself, let alone a viewership or whatever. So, no, that's awesome.
I think my desk is shocking me.
Oh yeah,
Dude, I've been saying this for like the past 2 days.
you just got a loose
Grounded
wire.
right?
You got a loose wire sitting attached to it.
Where?
I don't know. I'm just kidding. I don't think that would actually be a thing. But so Rodeo's
It's
calling dibs
staring.
on the bottom Go LXR over there.
Yeah, there's a few.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll talk about that later. I did want to. I was curious. Like all of a sudden it went from one to
$1,500 worth of
two.
Go XLRs.
No, it went from 1 to 2, and then I saw like I just keep seeing these stacks. It's interesting. But so you want to talk about your daughter a little bit? Your 8-year-old daughter, Rodeo?
Yeah. Yeah. I try to. It's funny. Her name. I try to name her. Her name's Leah, but it's spelled Leigha. I wanted to name her Zelda because obviously you can see I'm a Zelda fan, and they want to. The mama wouldn't let me do it. So I
What a
was like, I
shame.
tried to say Leia, like Princess Leia, because I'm a huge Star Wars fan as well. And she said no. So I just kept looking and I cheeked it out because anytime someone reads her name, they say Leia. So it's like,
So wait, you have a girl and you have a boy, and you don't know what your next one is, right, Susie?
No, we have an envelope from today's ultrasound, but we're not looking till Memorial Day weekend. We'll
We
find
don't know
out.
what ours is yet.
I couldn't imagine having more than one kid. Like I see Hacks running around with his.
One,
I'm just
two,
like,
three.
yeah, I can't. She's 8 and she's running around crazy doing her own thing. She's finally starting to have her own personality. It's crazy. Like it's great now that I'm actually able to actually be here more. Because when
Sure.
I did corrections, I was traveling. I was part of the SORT team, which is like their special operations response team. I traveled from different states dealing with delicate situations, and I was just always gone. Like I missed the first like year and a half of her life because I was getting deployed to different states.
Oh
So
wow.
it's great to finally like be here and see her. Go to take her to school,
Sure.
pick her up from school. It's the little things that people take for granted, and I love every second of it.
Sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy. I feel like mine at 14 and a half months, has a person his personality is crazy. It's absolutely insane. I'm worried. Just because I feel like if he knows what he's doing right now, he's gonna be skirting around me for a very, very long time.
They
Just
do. That doesn't
if
go away.
he's anything like me and he figures how to put those two things together, it's not gonna be good. We're gonna find out,
It
but
doesn't go away.
we'll
It
figure it out.
only amplifies.
We'll figure it
Yeah.
out. It's
Yeah.
it's
I
it's
just
fun
don't know
though.
how to handle it. I don't know how to handle a girl when she gets older.
Yeah,
It's
we'll
gonna be the
see.
challenge.
You'll get it, bro.
Well, luckily my mom's
Take her to
around.
the CVS.
I got her aunts. My aunts are local. We moved back to my hometown, so all my family's really close. So we're able to, you know,
God, I hope you get a girl,
I got all
Susie.
that help. You're gonna have twins, man. You just don't know it.
No. I'm definitely the ultrasound was done. If there's twins, it was hiding behind the one.
No, no, no.
I don't know.
Hacks.
Oh, hacks. Yeah.
Yeah,
They've already told us we're only having one.
yeah. You didn't hear
But
about the
she's
lady last
going
week?
through hell.
Lady last week. There's a lady last week on Facebook that had 6. That was supposed to have 6. She ended up having 9.
That's
Well,
I
I mean,
mean,
it's hard to count heads after
yeah,
two.
that's what I was gonna say. Once you get past that's insane. Um,
Jesus.
but I don't know, Black. I mean, 2 weeks we'll find out. I'm indifferent. I'm indifferent to what happens at this point. I really wanted that first one to be a boy, just for the sake of like ease of growing into it. Growing into being a parent. But I know we're only having two, so that's the only thing that has me like kind of thinking I want a girl. Like I'm indifferent this time. The
Dude,
first
I
one I
am
definitely
telling
wanted a
you,
boy. The first one I
there
wanted a
is
boy.
there's nothing like, okay, you love your son. I am not doubting that at all. But you have that little girl and there is difference.
It's not gonna
No,
change.
you'll see.
It's
You
different.
say that,
No, no, no.
but
I'm
it is
serious.
different.
No, I'm serious.
Yo, Colton,
I'm not.
thank
I'm
you for
not.
that.
Listen, I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna get into the details of things, but I'm just saying it's not like that for me. Um, but I enjoy his company, and we'll see how it goes as he gets older, right? Um, but for me, it's more of the never knowing type of deal, right? There's certain things that you'll never experience, and other people do, so you can't relate with them, right? And one of those things would be like, okay, I have two kids and they're both boys, so I'll never be able to relate with somebody who has a daughter, right? I just couldn't relate with it. And then I have to, explain myself all the time when I have an opinion about something, right? Because I don't have anything to back it off of, right? Anything like that. Like right now, you guys are telling me something and I just have to agree with you because you guys have the daughter and I don't, right? And
It's different.
but no, you're not listening to me. I get
But
it.
we're also biased towards the subject too because we have
Sure.
daughters.
Sure.
I have a boy too.
He is a boy too, but still, I'm not getting into that. I'm just saying
He's a
it's
little
like,
shit.
I, look, I'm just saying there are things that I can't speak on with somebody who has gone through some experience or had some, whatever. the case may be.
Yeah.
I personally don't believe I should tell that person anything. My personality is like, I shouldn't tell you anything because you have the perspective to go off of. All I'm saying is opinionated, like made up, hypothetical. I have no idea.
Oh, everything's hypothetical till it happens.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that's the only thing that has me slightly pulling for, well, if it's a girl, I can at least cross that off. Now, with that said, my son having a brother to hang out and grow
Is he
up with
froze
and
for
things
you
like
too?
that. Who? Manny?
Yeah.
No,
Oh, he's back now.
no. He's not.
I figured he
Oh,
froze when his
I'm just
lights stopped
listening.
moving.
No, he's just So we'll see how it goes, but I'm not rooting for it either. But it sounds like you guys are on the same wavelength. I guess your daughters are what, 3 years apart? Black, what's your daughter? 4 years apart?
Turning 5 this
She's
year.
turning 5. That's what I thought. Yeah, so 3 years.
October.
Cool.
October.
And when's your daughter turn 9? Rodeo.
November.
Okay, so yeah, they're basically 4 years apart, pretty much. It's cool. And what grade she in? So is that like second grade, first grade?
Second. Yeah, second.
Cool.
Yeah, that's a lot of work too. Jeez, I didn't know how to do homework.
It's been a while, right? Oh
Yeah.
man, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not looking forward to that. I wish I was a little bit younger when I had
Oh
him.
God.
Because now, like, yeah, it's like, oh my God, I'm done with school. I don't want to help, but I know I should.
Oh no, yeah. I try to get it, but she's a lot like me. Like I'm dyslexic, and so she is a lot like me, and so she's learning a lot of stuff, and I'm just it's very frustrating because she's like every bit of the ounce of like me, but in a female. So it's hard because I'll get frustrated because I know I did the same thing, and it's just we both get frustrated at each other, and we're just trying to figure it out. And it's little things like reading, like that's hard.
Yeah.
Trying to get them to understand it is even harder, and especially when you are a little challenged and you try to read stuff to her and you're going slow and stuff and you mess up words that you shouldn't be messing up.
Sure.
Trying to show a good example, and it's really hard. That's the only.
Yeah, my wife's gonna be the reader and I'll be the math guy.
I think that'll be the same.
Yeah, I was
for
good
me,
at math.
probably.
I was good at math. I could do all the math with her.
That'll probably be the same for me.
Yeah,
Just
dude, I can't read to save my life. My wife is an excellent reader. Math, I can walk circles around her though.
So it was like in 3rd grade. I remember because I remember the conversation that I had with my 3rd grade teacher. Sorry, I think it was 2nd grade. I remember the conversation I had with my teacher, with me and this other girl, about our reading levels being good, right? And I think at that moment, I might have just been like, you know what, I don't want this. I'm backing out of this because I'm telling you right now, I like that girl. I think she might be an editor or something that I graduated high school with. I think she might be like a paper editor or something. Like that's her, like what she loves, right? Me, I'm like, hell no. Like I make the joke all the time. It's a joke, but it's serious. The last book I think I read, start to finish, okay, was one of the Magic Treehouse books. If you've ever read Magic Treehouse by Mary Pope Osborne, they have like a full series of them. And I'll tell you why. It's because on every page, it goes words, picture. Next page, words, picture. And the font was nice and big and spaced out. And this is like 3rd, 4th grade. That's a lot. And I don't care who's watching. That's the last time I formally read a book fully. Everything else was either skimming, Spark Notes, or a movie depiction of the book.
And you didn't even like read like what
dude, Outcast or Outsiders. Sorry, Outsiders. Everybody loved that book. I didn't read that book. Sorry, whoever's out there. I did not read that
not even
book.
like Lemony Snicket, none of that.
So every time I read Lemony Snicket, right? Every time I read Lemony Snicket, I would get so many pages in, and then I would just like, I'm bored. I don't want to do this anymore. And then
it took me a while to read all.
So then I pick it back up, and I have to read back to where like at the beginning again. I never finished a book start to finish again. Like Harry Potter, Harry Potter, all of those. Like just couldn't do it. Thank God people make movies of them. That's all I'm saying.
I hated the Lemony Snicket movie.
No,
and TV series.
That's the one with Jim Carrey, right? That's the one with Jim Carrey?
Well, the movie was Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
The series is Neil Patrick Harris.
And I like both of those. Yeah, I like both.
Oh, I did too, but it's nothing like the book.
Sure.
I just do audiobooks now. So
And
listen to
I
a lot
mean,
of audiobooks.
Yeah.
Neil Patrick Harris did a little better job than Jim Carrey, which is sad because that role is a Jim Carrey role.
It's
Like
crazy.
you
Yeah,
know
it's
when
goofy.
like yeah.
But so
And
you said audiobooks, Rodeo. I feel you on that, but I feel like that's another thing. Like the mind just has to work that way. Like when it comes to audiobooks, it's better than reading, I would say, but I don't think my mind like really puts together
It's not
what's
all there.
happening well. Like a movie is different because I'm seeing the visual the whole time and I have something to tie it to. And maybe that's why I don't really like reading, but the audiobook is like I think the only thing I can listen to audio-wise. You guys ever listen to that? Excuse me. I think it was a hype like maybe 8 years ago. Serial. It was the podcast, and there was this. It was really hyped up. It was about this woman who was telling the story. She was like a reporter who was investigating somebody who was put in jail but claims they didn't do it in Baltimore. And basically, it was this 12 episode series, hour long episodes, I think, of her like walking you through the reports and this and trying to find all these different people and going and interviewing them and everything. And basically, that's the only thing I think I can listen to is something like that. But I don't know.
I even do TV shows and movies that way because I
Really?
drive so I live so far away from work. I'll
Yeah.
just put on like a TV show or a movie, and usually it's like Futurama or something I've watched or listened to before, and I can just picture it in my head.
Sure.
I just keep driving
My
because it's
dad
so
does
far
that.
away.
So I do that for my trips to Pittsburgh because I live out near Philadelphia now. My family's back there. So for the holidays, and I did this for a while, I would play a movie over the car system, right? And I'd have my iPad there, but it's like, driving and looking out the window at traffic going by, right? It's like you can kind of peek down to see where you're at in the movie, but you don't have to watch the movie to know what the scene is if
Yeah.
you've seen it enough.
Yeah.
Been
I
to
like
Pittsburgh.
that. It's a
My
little
dad
bit better
does that.
than
I don't get it.
it's a little bit better than music for me as far as passing time. Like I feel like music doesn't pass time very well, where a movie does because like you're looking at like, oh, this is 2 hours long, right? And then eventually it's I don't know. That's my mind. Who knows?
I do that too. Do it all the time.
Well,
So,
how long did you say your drive was over an hour, right?
hour and a half, depending on traffic.
Damn,
We're doing a
man.
lot of construction over here.
Yeah. That's one thing
Yeah.
I've really enjoyed about it's sad to say this, but I've enjoyed about COVID, right? Is I save 50 miles a day round trip for me, which doesn't sound like a lot, but outside of Philadelphia, it's always traffic. So it's
Are you
I'm
guys having
looking
gas
forward-
shortages?
No. Yeah, our gas is high. It's close to $3, but no, not really.
it's Black. You asked that question. I just found out 2 days ago while streaming
My wife told me.
that there was some gas problem. I honestly, I was like, not joking with whoever told me. I'm like, you can tell I'm in a box right now because I have no idea. I have no
My
idea
wife
this is a
told me
thing.
and I was
They told
like,
me the
"What?"
Carolinas, they were like, there's a state of emergency, and I'm like, I literally had no idea.
Yeah. No,
None.
it got bad in Southern Illinois, but like other than that, I didn't know a word.
I'm
Gas prices were high.
I know I should start getting a little bit depressed about this, right? And I'm sure there's plenty of people who have during this whole COVID thing went through the waves of depression, things like that, and I think at some point it's probably going to hit me hard. So I'm a big person. I don't know how you guys feel on it. I'm a big person, and like one of my only fears, my biggest fear for sure, but one of my only fears is just death in general, right? Like my wife jokes with me because she's like, that's the one thing that gives her peace, And like for me, I'm like, that's the one thing that just scares the shit out of me. It gives me super high anxiety. I can basically shut down if I just start to think about my own death, okay? Not somebody else, like my own death and just like that.
But you're shitting with me, right, Caesar?
No.
Dude, that's insane. I'm telling we have to meet in person one day. We have to. It's ridiculous.
So like that's the one thing that literally I'll get hot. Like I'll get hot and bothered. I'm trying not to like focus on I'm talking, but I'm not focusing on it. And so with COVID, it hasn't set in on me yet. But for me, it's like I've been so confused about what year it is so many times, and we are in goddamn May. I've wanted to say 2020 as like today's date so many
Yeah.
times, and we are 5.5 months or 4.5 months into 2021. That is sad in my opinion, because it's just like 2020 was gone, right?
I wasn't affected by all. I was an essential worker, so I had to work.
I
Yeah,
was
but
too
you're
until I
affected
got
it.
sick.
So I would say you were affected in a different way, right? I agree that like you're going, right? You just like nurses, but everything about your day to day changed in some way, right? Like you have to wear a mask at work.
Yeah.
Yeah, like stuff
Oh,
changed. Like you don't handshake people, right? I mean, maybe you do here and there, but like you know, what I mean, it's not the same as what it was, and like that's the thing. Like we don't ever get that year back, or however long this goes on for.
yeah. It wasn't that bad. It was just luckily they got it on it pretty hard, I guess, because we're at the airport. So
Sure.
I mean, we physically at one point before they built the new shack, we physically had to search and touch people's stuff, and we were literally the first people to be in contact with anybody that has
Came
possibly had
back,
it,
yeah.
and a lot of people did get it. There was like over 100 different cases at that site, and we were literally you know, how can you do 6 feet when you're in a 10 by 10
Sure.
little shack? How can you do that? So it's like we had to do all these different things, wear different, we sanitize everything. So yeah, it's changed. But as far as, I don't know, I like to be at home.
Well, it's Black makes that comment all the time too, and like, um, I I make the comment quite a bit as well. I've been on talking with people, and I tell my coworkers I don't need to come back to work. Like I'm fine working through the computer if they would let me. They're not going to. I'm gonna have to go in 3 days a week and get to work from home too. Um, I think for me it's a little weird and different because now I am expecting number two. I had number one literally 3 weeks before Pennsylvania shut down and pretty much the whole country shut down, right? In March. I am going to have a second child before I really get to hang out with my friends, right? That I was hanging out with. That's crazy to me, right? I'm going to have one that's like running around as a little 2-year-old and
It's a
another one
good
that's
thing.
like a little baby. What do you mean it's a
It's a
good
good
thing?
thing. It just is. Like my wife is a social butterfly, right?
Same, same.
So like, I see where you're coming from, but like that grow. How do I say this? The kids were experiencing, friendship through, what do you call it? My wife's friendships. So like they were knowing what it meant to be a friend before like actually experiencing it. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, because they're too young. You know what I mean? But I feel like ever since the whole pandemic and everything, my son and daughter have become glued to the hip. My son will defend my daughter tooth and nail, and she will do the same. And they were never like that before we got locked down. Now, whether that comes with age
I think it probably came
or
with age a little bit, but it probably you can't say not any of it came from this, right?
but it was wild to see how fast that happened.
Hmm.
Because he will stand on that couch and look me square in the face and he'll say, "You leave Sissy alone."
Hmm.
And I'm like, "Whoa, bro, that tone, I'm gonna check it. Calm yourself."
Yeah. But yeah,
Yeah.
so you've been going, Manny, since everything started. You pretty much from day one of things getting locked down. Maybe other things changed, but not work related. So you were still getting.
Yeah. No, it actually, what's kind of crazy is like my social life actually kind of grew a little bit more.
Oh, really?
Like yeah, I was like, because I was meeting my daughter's parent or meeting my daughter's friends' parents and stuff. She's getting invited to birthday parties, and where I live in Texas, it seems like it's kind of like a bubble. No one really cares about COVID. No one really worries about it. Like I can walk into a store and not wear a mask and be perfectly fine. No one will yell at me. No one will do anything.
Same here.
And but I mean that's even before Texas approved they got rid of all masks in general. You know, it was before all that. Like we can just walk around without a mask and no one to freak
Was
out.
test first?
Yeah, Texas is one of the first states that got rid of all the they opened up fully. Like we don't got to wear a mask or nothing as long as it's not a government building. And since I work on the airport, it's federal property. So,
Yeah.
but other than that, it's weird because it's kind of like a bubble. Like even when COVID happened, my daughter was still going to school. You know, she was still going to school, perfect. There was nothing. Anytime there was an issue, we just keep them out of school for a couple days, and they go on to online. And then when it happened, when they were clear, they just go back to school. And so, I mean, it doesn't feel like much has really changed besides my social life. People are calling me, "Hey, let's hang out." I'm like, "Sorry, I got to work. Maybe next time." But it's kind of nice. So,
Yeah, it
I
sounds
feel
like
like I've
it's
made more friendships.
definitely.
um I mean, for me it's only online, you know. I'm not saying that's not a good or bad thing. I'm just saying like that probably would have happened regardless because I was still streaming at that time. Like after work, I was not going places, right? The only main difference was last year I didn't play in my summer baseball league, which I'm planning to this year. So I streamed pretty much, I would say probably 300 days. No, you know
Oh,
what?
dang.
I'll take that out. I'll take that out because I didn't really start getting into things until after my son was born. Nah, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, probably 300 days out of 365. And that's probably lowballing it. I probably streamed more than that. I can look at it, right? I can look how many days I streamed
Yeah.
by just hitting up last year's metrics, but um no, so it sounds like different areas, right? Like I'm in a more populated area. It sounds like yours might be a little bit smaller. Rodeo, is that fair to say?
Yeah, I mean, I'm like 30 minutes from Dallas, so
Oh, you're not that far. My company
yeah.
actually just sent out an email that they opened up um, an office in Dallas, and then over the next like year, they'll be talking about relocations, and they were saying it's voluntary, right? Like people they just trying to look for talent, things like that. I told my wife, I was like, so they're open up in Dallas. You want to move there? And she said no. It's too hot.
Yeah,
She says it's too hot down there. I'm not doing
but
it.
it's a different kind of hot.
As you don't
Eh,
understand, we
you don't
get
get used to it.
we get chill, like we get cold, right? We're in Pennsylvania. We I mean we get weather, like we get all four
Yeah,
seasons.
yeah.
In Texas, like you're
You get all four seasons in Texas. It's just in one day.
there you go.
Literally in
Dude,
the
I'll
morning.
never
It's
forget seeing the news when Texas got their first snow and it was like this
Every
much
well, no, but
and
everybody was
everyone
like,
fucking wrecked
no. The problem was that you found out how shitty or non-existent everybody's heater system was.
Yeah.
When it was just
oh,
like
it
there
was
was no heaters or they weren't working or whatever. It was like crazy.
yeah, it was pretty bad. I still had to go to work for that too. Couldn't. It
That's
was.
great.
There was one day I was dodging like during that snowstorm. Y'all remember that 100-car pileup? I was like down the road from that, and I was just dodging different accidents and stuff like that. It was crazy.
That's it's
Yeah,
Wild.
Yeah, that's different
it's
than
funny.
up here. We were getting hit pound. I mean, I think
Dude, our
last couple of
school
years
buses had
chains on them, right?
yeah, they
Oh,
did.
so when I was a funny story about when I grew up, um, my school was small, but we had a long bus. We were like middle of our bus route. Okay, my family's house, but we were on the edge of like the school district. So my bus would come up our road and then turn around in this guy's like driveway, and he had this little embankment with like a pull off, and they would turn around there and then turn around, drop us off, and we'd go home, right? Well, one day in the snow, they backed a little too far off this little embankment and we didn't slide down, I don't think, or maybe we did and it was just not very steep, but they couldn't get out essentially. Everybody was so pissed on this school bus. Like we got blamed because it's like our stop, but everybody got stuck and they had to wait there until another bus came to pick them up. And me and my brothers got to just walk up the hill because our house was right there. But yeah, it's crazy, snow. I wouldn't give it up though. I don't think I don't want to retire to a warm place, anything. The only thing I hate about it is shoveling. So if I can get a heated driveway someday, that'll be the way to go.
Flamethrower.
Yeah, flamethrower, just anything. Oh no, I already told my wife if so our goal, my goal has always been to build a house, and if we get to make that happen, and we get a driveway in, heated is a little bit extreme. I don't make money like that. You can't just do that. But I told her I will be buying a plow to put on the truck during the winter seasons to just sit there in a nice warm heated truck and plow the driveway and probably the
You
whole
would just buy a
neighborhood.
razor and have it on.
What?
A lift?
My neighbor has a razor, and that snowplow is on it year round.
Oh, sure, I could do that too, but like,
It's heated.
yeah, what is that? That plexiglass? I'm talking. I sit in there, my hot chocolate, just bumping out some music. I'll do
Hey,
the whole
them razors are
neighborhood.
nice.
I'll do the whole neighborhood over my truck.
Wait, you're planning like cul-de-sac life. You walk
No,
out your
no,
house
no,
and be like,
no.
"What's up, Jim?
No,
How
I
you
don't
doing,
want
Karen?"
that. If you understand, I don't want that at all. Okay.
Okay.
I want some spaces, but I do want my road to be cleared, and I don't plan to be on a state road. So that means somebody's got to take care of it, right? So
So you're that nice guy.
Living in the country, that's what I want.
What's
That's what I
up,
want.
Chase? How's it going?
Yeah, get like 150 acres and just live out.
Yeah, it'd be nice. I'm looking.
Wish.
I'm looking more for like 3 to 5, just something I can maintain. I could.
Been to PA. Y'all drive crazy.
You guys got them self-driving no-go zones.
Oh no, it was a total culture shock when I got deployed out to Pennsylvania to go drive armored trucks, and the way y'all whip around those turns on those mountains, and then you can see fog and see like a little castle point, and I'm like, what is that over there? And it's just a whole town.
Yeah.
And I'm looking, I'm like, you can see if we die, we're gonna die. There's snow and they're just whipping around it. I just don't know how y'all do it. It's scary.
Yeah. No, it is. I mean, I've had my fair share. I did. I had an accident in some snow once. I got wiggly and then got completely turned sideways. My mom's Monte Carlo, where my back tires got off the road in the grass, snow, and then telephone pole, and just
Old Monte Carlo.
hit the back against a telephone pole, and it was super scary. I've white knuckled a million times. When you get in the snow, sometimes it's scary, but I try to like now drive my truck. I'm like, okay, I feel safe in this. At least if something happens, the truck's gonna take the brunt of it and not me.
4-wheel drive is easy mode.
Yeah, I just bought a 4x4, so it's great.
Yeah,
I like it, just in
Easy
case.
mode.
I mean, yes, black to an extent, but it depends on what kind of roads out there. Four-wheel drive isn't gonna help you against ice. It's just not gonna do it. Doesn't matter.
Well, no.
If anybody understands how that works, it doesn't do anything different.
No, nothing helps against ice.
Right, exactly. So,
How we get down here.
I will tell you, I was teaching my wife how to like semi-drive in the snow before I got really bad last year. And I went out, I bought, snow tires for the truck, so they got the beads in them. So with enough weight and stuff, it pushes the bead down and whatnot. And, it's nice. And, I had,
pizza's there.
oh, here, I'll be right back.
Pizza's there. We're gonna fill in this story for him. Where do you think he was going with this story, Manny? Where was he going with it? He was driving, he was trying to help her.
I mean, if anything, if he was smart, he probably was doing it in like a parking lot, like an open parking lot, and donut out close to a telephone pole. Not a telephone pole, a light pole. I can think about.
Let's just make it up. We're just gonna make the story up on the fly. We have all of Facebook now at our discretion. He can't do anything about it.
Haha.
If you are on Twitch or you have a Twitch account, make sure you go follow ThisGuyRodeo. He's on Twitch, still over there right now.
Yeah, I thought I was going to be able to. They changed a lot. Like, they did change a lot. Like when OBS or Streamlabs I use. Like I used to be able to stream on both platforms, and then I didn't know about the whole affiliate contract and all that. And it's a learning curve, but I like to do this kind of stuff. So
yeah,
quite fun.
once you get affiliate, that's when it matters. That's why Dad Club Gaming is not. A couple weeks ago, during after one of these episodes, I got the email about being, the affiliate program, and I could join the affiliate program for this account. But I don't want to because I want to be able to stream to this and Facebook at the same time. So I choose not to affiliate this one.
Yeah.
But it's more for conversation, meeting people, hopefully growth of those individuals, myself, black, what doesn't matter, right? But more so for me, just meeting people for sure.
Yeah, I think that's one thing with COVID that kind of helped is the growth. Like I've grown a lot within just Twitch alone. A
Sure.
lot of people just, I mean, people all around the world. You know, I had a person from Germany. She would literally jump on every like 2 a.m. just to get on my stream, just to lurk. You know, and it's just amazing what people are doing. So many people around the world are just helping out.
Oh, for sure.
Very,
So I'll ask a question about gaming, right? I know you mentioned Rainbow Six, and I know you guys were playing. I think the last couple days now, I've seen you playing with Black in Verdansk. Um, is that what those games what you're into, or are there other games that you play as
yeah.
well?
I pretty much I'm an old school gamer. I play anything from Nintendo Switch to playing just a random PC game, just any one that I get. I have a crap ton from Humble Bundle. When I first started, I just do that, and I got a crap ton of games. So
Okay.
I play anything. It's just right now this piques my interest. But usually I always just fall back to Siege because that was a game that actually brought me to gaming. So brought me to gaming more. Um, but I'm trying to stick from what I've learned from Twitch and watching people and different stuff like that. I've learned to be in one type of game for now, and then have different days where I'm learning how y'all like scheduling. So like different days I'll do different things, and Black's taught me so much just by just watching him.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've been doing that. So like Sundays could be just whatever game y'all call it, or I'll be playing like a story game or whatever.
You
It's
said you play Switch. What games do you play on the Switch?
Zelda, Super Smash Brothers, Mario Kart.
He's gonna get you in the Mario
Yeah,
Kart league.
that's what I'm doing already, right? So I'm assuming you play online. Do you have the Nintendo Switch online?
Oh yeah, it
So
automatically
Mondays,
buys.
Mondays we actually play Mario Kart. I don't know what your work schedule is. Obviously, it might conflict with it, but whenever you're available and you want to join us, we play from 9 till 10, just an hour every Monday. That's Eastern time, so 8 for you. And we have a good amount of people. Sometimes 8, sometimes 10. I don't think we've maxed out yet at 12, but yeah, we get in a Discord
That was
call.
gonna be my question. How many do you max out at?
You max out at 12, I think, is what the online allows you to play. We haven't gotten to that phase yet. If we ever do, I already said, like, if it's one person, we'll probably just say we only play. So we play around the 4, and then we could always switch somebody in. If we have, like, for some reason 20 people, then you just do 2 different Discord calls and you go play, or you sit in the same Discord call but play 2 different matches, right? But
Yeah,
yeah, a lot of
that'd
them
be
are
cool.
either my coworkers, current coworkers, or past coworkers. But then there's a lot of people that I've met on stream that I'm like, hey, if you want to come over, we play for an hour. It's in the Discord, so I'll add the racer role to you, and you'll get pinged like when there's
Yeah.
a channel for it for Mario Kart. If you're ever interested, like I said, Mondays.
I've been trying to find more people to play the Switch with because that's really what gets you stuck around is you can play a good story, but having that people, hey bro, get on, let's play. Brings back the old times of
Nostalgia.
the N64 days.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, no, it's fun. Like I set aside 9 to 10. If I'm streaming something else before, I stop, I switch. It gets me, I think, 3 rounds of 4 races each, so a good 12 races, and then it's an hour, and I'm like, hey, if you guys want to keep playing, sometimes they keep playing without me, and it's enough for me, Mario Kart wise. Like, I play for an hour race, and then it's like, okay, I get a little bored of it. It just doesn't give me the exhilaration that some of these other games do. But it's nice to get a little change of pace. I actually have some good viewership when I'm doing it, when I'm playing.
I didn't know you
Um,
streamed it.
yeah, I stream it. I use the just chatting screen actually because I run my gameplay where I normally
Every
would
day?
every Monday from 9 to 10. Every
You have to
Monday from
text
9
me
to
the
10.
next time you're doing it.
Why?
Because I never knew that.
Oh, it's so you might miss it, right? It's only an hour, so if you blink, it's gone. We play for an hour and then that's it. Um, and I actually set up on my channel, Rodeo. I actually had like a schedule where I was going to play a different game from 8:30 to 9:30, or sorry, 8 to 9:30 every day of the week, and I would theme the day based on that game. But I would always end playing what I play, which is Fortnite, from 9:30 to like 11 or whatever. But I've been enjoying Warzone so much that I have shifted my approach to playing Fortnite at the beginning of my stream and then just wrapping with Warzone. So I kind of need to switch my schedule around because other than Mario Kart on Monday, I haven't been playing any other games.
It's pretty much play what I feel like. I've been mostly playing Warzone. I've been jumping on Cold War a lot just to max out my guns.
I need to do that just to unlock some of them because like
Zombies.
hitting somebody with an assault rifle with the butt of an assault rifle is never going to happen on Verdansk. It's just never going to happen.
It's hard.
I'm never going to do that. It's like 3 times in a match, 10 different times or something like that to unlock the AMAX. It's just never going to happen for me.
Oh, you have
I
to do that in multiplayer on Modern Warfare.
Probably. I have it. I have
they
it on
have
my
other
PS4.
things you can get. Yeah, there are other things you can do. I usually just play zombies if I really want to max a gun out. Like if they're doing that triple XP weekend, I'll just jump on zombies and max out whatever gun I'm working
I
on.
haven't played zombies
Oh, it's
in like months.
easy to max out guns, and now you can
I
get your
love
throwables and
zombies.
stuff. Yeah, you can unlock your melee weapons and stuff like that through zombies now.
Yeah, I get it for unlocking things. I go over this all the time. Like zombies was a game I would sit in when I was in college. I'd get done my schoolwork or whatever, and I would stay up till 2, 3 a.m. because I didn't have class until like midnight, and I would play 6 hours, one round of zombies, 6 hours straight. Where always with a teammate that you get a crawler, I'm gonna go use the bathroom, or whatever, right? And
Yeah,
but that was Kino de Toten, or whatever, however you pronounce it, and I just felt like this zombies is pretty good, I think.
oh yeah,
But
it's
it
the one
lacks objective for me, at least, that I've found. I haven't found it yet. I don't know if that makes sense.
like objective like in the game, like
Yeah, so like in the game, like yes, it was survival always, but for Kino, it was always okay, uh get a route down, right? And my route was always like, hey, go around this way, come back down the theater, run around the curtain a couple times, and then back out the route every
yeah,
time, right? Um, then there was the one that was like in like some England looking like brick paver type thing with the big. How long you been playing zombies? You've been playing zombies for a while, like
oh yeah,
different games. So the one with like the big giant thing that you had to shoot the eye out or whatever, that one. That one had like an objective because you needed to get down into the basement. There were like all these little Easter eggs to figure out, right? I probably just haven't figured out what this one is. I liked it when I was playing it, but it just felt like I was bored by like the 20th, 22nd round, right? I was
see,
just like,
you might like Outbreak because Outbreak actually has objectives on the map that you can do,
okay.
and
There's a
then
ton of Easter eggs, but they're
yeah, there's a
hard.
ton. Like there's a lot of stuff. Like you got to turn on the machines and stuff like that. You got to kill the zombies, get the pack a punch and all that.
Yeah.
But there are actually missions on Outbreak where you got to like protect an objective or you know kill these elites and stuff like that, and it does get pretty challenging and like the map's huge.
Mm.
The map is massive. Like they have vehicles in the game.
I think that's why I really enjoyed Kino, because Kino was so like I can still see that map today. It's crazy, right? Like I know where everything's at, right? I knew the whole map. Some of these maps they build are massive, and unless you go exploring, you may never see some of it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like almost never unlocked unless in case of emergency that back hallway at Kino that you get up the backstage, if you guys know where I'm talking about, would just leave
Yeah.
that locked all the time. Like I don't need zombies coming from that side. I'll just run the other way the whole time.
I liked Cold War zombies probably the most, but that's only because the Easter eggs were really easy to do.
You're saying this one, the recent one.
Yeah.
Yeah. like I
That's
said,
fun.
I haven't played it
Like
in
you
months.
you can do all the Easter eggs and then Xville, and you can actually beat the game.
Yeah. Oh, you can.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you exfil
Oh,
and you beat it. You can once an exfil is available, you
it
can beat it.
blows.
interesting.
Yeah,
Do
and
like
when you
exfils every
unlock the
5.
big monster in Cold War, like the map destroys its entire self.
Hmm.
And like you hear the backstory of like the die machine and everything, and you have to
Maybe I need to
unlock the
try
vault.
it again. I got a couple buddies that might that might be interested in playing that like I played back in the day with who might might have it. My thing is that was the big key thing for me when it came to zombies, especially when I was in college. There was this one buddy of mine we would play, and somehow we got into random. I guess we probably loaded up squads on Kino or whatever, right? And it's just the two of us. We got these two random girls from California who we would play with, and I think I'm still friends with them on PlayStation. It was so much fun because you would just hear they sounded like they were a little bit older than us. You would just hear their bowl that they were smoking or their bong or whatever. You would just hear the bubbles, and it's just like you're in a round of zombies. You just hear it. It was so funny. It was so funny. I mean,
That's so perfect.
I didn't smoke, but I knew enough people. Like I was in college, I knew what the stuff was. Like I knew all about it. It's like I would hear it, and I'm just like, it's hilarious. Like you're mid game and you just hear that going on. But
That's so good.
and then you're just playing zombies, just relaxing doing that.
We used to do shots. We used to do like Jaeger
Oh
bombs.
man, damn!
We do Jaeger bombs, and then we play that. I don't remember what map it was on Black Ops 2. It
You're
was
gonna make me
that
want to pour
underground
a
map.
goddamn Jaeger bomb now. I have 1 can of Red Bull and like 4 bottles of Jaeger.
Oh, that's perfect. Do it. You got to do it on stream now.
I can't stand Jaeger.
100 biddies, guys. He's gonna do it.
I'll do it later, probably. Maybe no, maybe tomorrow. I told my wife I need to get to sleep on time tonight because I'm beat lately.
I want to try to do a thing. I try to do a like a stream where you're every time you like an adult stream. So every time you die or something, you take a shot.
Mm.
That'd be fun. But I got to get more adult friends.
So I was doing that when Fall Guys was out. When Fall Guys was out, me and my buddies were in, and if you were the first person from our party eliminated, you had to take a shot. I was doing.
You can do that to Warzone.
Warzone's tough, right? It's a lot of shots. Fall Guys.
I'd be fucking falling flat every game.
But you have to keep in mind, right? You have 4 players in there, and it's the first one to get eliminated. So you might lose the round, but like that, it's the first one of your group to not be in it anymore, right?
Yeah, we did Search and Destroy, I think. I don't remember. It was a long time ago.
Yeah.
I feel like you could set that up to where it would just be a never winning situation. So every time you die in Fall Guys, you just had to take a shot. And when your buddies died after you until the round is over, so you had 4 potential shots unless someone won or your entire team won. And then you didn't have to get any. So by like game 6, when all your buddies have died and you've died 10 times, you're all plastered and it's perfect sense.
Yeah. I'm still so Black. I'm still grinding Fall Guys.
You were kidding.
No, I'm
Never played it.
I'm level 45 of 50 this season. I don't play. I don't. It's the only game I don't play on stream, only because it wouldn't be worth loading up. Well, one, I do it while I'm eating lunch, trying to like read through emails. I'm like, okay, let me read emails while I do this round, and then I go back to reading emails during my lunch.
It's a good break.
Well, but I'm still like reading emails because I tried to tell my wife like I'm still trying to get stuff done, but this is like a game that you can like have moments in between, right? You finish a round. But anyway, since they switched to Epic, right? Got bought out by Epic. They added similar daily quests like they do in games like Fortnite and things like that. So it's a lot easier to level up. Like I just get on, I do my daily quest, and that's it. If that takes me 1 game, great. If it takes me 2 games, okay, and then I move on. But I'm level 45 of 50, and it was supposed to end this coming week, and they bumped it 60 days. So now I'm 5 levels.
Epic.
I'm 5 levels away, and now there's 2 months to get it, and I'm just like, okay, I think I'll get it now.
Nice.
It's crazy.
Epic's good about that.
I want to try
You're
that.
so
Escape from
close, and then
Tarkov.
they rip the cord.
You want to try Escape from Tarkov? I think Black was playing
Yeah.
that. Black, you haven't
That's
played.
fun.
You're not playing it anymore.
I just haven't had time. I've been in the zone like while playing Warzone, and I've never played Warzone this well.
You're not telling
So I'm
me.
gonna go till I burn.
You don't say. You don't say. You were completely in the zone in Warzone. You don't say. You just aren't paying attention to anything else.
I mean,
comes to
I've never
Warzone,
played Warzone this well. Like I've been averaging like 10 kill games. Like I've never been that well. So like I don't want to ruin that. I even told the wife I'm not taking Monday off. I'm gonna go until I burn that skill.
Well, I mean, technically, this last game you only had 1 kill, so I guess you burned it.
Jeez.
Whatever. We were just getting started.
I know, and you were trying to ride.
I found my loadout.
I think you said 15 minutes. I'm like, I looked 99
QBZ,
players. That was not
QBZ.
15 minutes, bro. I know those Warzone games.
I just found my loadout,
Yo,
and it's
Ray-
the Odin Mag.
So
I can't leave it.
You popped in yesterday and asked if me and Chaos wanted to carry because we were playing duos, and I told you we had Keys join in.
Yeah.
We literally got a win that next game.
Hell yeah.
We had 28 total kills. I only had 5. I kind of got carried hard. Keys actually had 13. Chaos
Nice.
had 10. But yeah, we got to win
Yeah.
that very next game. That was awesome.
That's where I got the idea for my skin was Keys. Keys runs that Alex skin with the prosthetic leg.
Oh,
Or at least
yeah.
he used to. I don't know if he still does.
Listen, if you're not rocking the Empire skin, I'm not rocking with you. Okay.
But I fell in love with that skin the moment I seen Keys with it like a year ago. And I was like, I have to find this fucking skin. And as soon as I found the camo version of it, I was like, take all my money.
Yeah. I'm so glad that game doesn't entice me to buy. Like, I have
It really doesn't.
I have no impulse to buy anything in that game. I mean, guns are the only thing that kind of.
Yeah, like some of the raps.
Well, no, just unlocking a gun that way. That's the only thing that gives me any type of urge, right? But the skins
Yeah.
themselves, it's nothing like Fortnite. Like, I load up Fortnite, I look at
No.
the skins, I'm like, oh, that one's clean. I want it.
Yeah.
Right? I load up Fortnite, I look in that item shop, I'm like, nah.
I've saved so much money since I've left Fortnite. Like, oh my God.
Yeah.
But I still pay for my pass thing. And I think I gave you a glider with my V-Bucks I got. Like, is what
Yeah.
it is. I'll still, buy every season.
I
Yeah,
did
I'm like that with Siege.
well, I was actually watching real quick, I want to talk about Siege because I want to ask more about Siege actually. Ninja was on Fortnite yesterday or whatever after like being away. He didn't have tier 100. I'm like, this man, okay? This man has
Makes
his own
millions.
goddamn skin in the game. Okay? His own skin in the game. They created one for him. He on stream said 1 month, it was a crazy month, but 1 month made $5 million from creator code.
Yeah. That's
he
the
doesn't
most
and
he's
he-
ever made.
Yeah, that's what he said. And it was like
Most.
and he didn't have tier 100. And I'm like, what? This man.
That's why he's still a millionaire.
No, bullshit. That's like fucking $100 for that round. Whatever. Anyway, Siege. Rodeo, you said about
$80.
Siege. Rodeo. What is up with Siege? Talk to me about it. How long has
is
that
fun.
game actually been out?
I think it's been out since 2015, maybe.
I knew it was a while.
It's been out
It's
for a
good.
while. It's just the reason I like it because I started playing Search and Destroy. That was my game, and Siege is kind of like that, but it's more tactical.
Okay.
It has kind of like different operators have different abilities. There's more than one way to get into the objective, and I just that's what sold me is I like the tactics on it. So I started getting really good, started getting champion and stuff like that. And the first year champion came out, I actually placed like 666, out of the world.
Wow.
That was the first time I did that, and that was like a
Did you
feat.
say 666?
Yeah, it's on my Instagram.
I would have like dropped dead just to
Like,
lose one level.
I was just like, okay, cool. That just means I used it. I'm like, I'm a badass motherfucker, you know? Sorry.
That's
But
a scary number.
I'm just I was just really good at the game. And since I came back to streaming, I haven't really played it and pushed it like I wanted to. Just because I've been playing with, more. It's a game on skill and teamwork. It's
Sure.
teamwork, and it's a 5-man team. So if you don't got a 5-man team, you're not gonna do well.
Sure.
And even if you're just playing casual, so it's been playing with Black a lot and playing this game and just been hooked on it. So
Sure.
Siege
there's
is fun though.
there is another game coming out. I'm not allowed to stream it. It's called Ready or Not, and it's even more of a realistic version of Siege.
Wait, why
And
aren't you allowed to stream it?
it's in because I bought the alpha, and it's in their guidelines that we can't stream it in their Discord, and so because it's still an alpha, it's going to go in beta testing I think next month, and I might be able to stream it then. But it's like it's what
I want to say I seen someone playing this and just chatting because it reminded me of Siege a ton.
I mean, there might be. I did it for a little bit when I first started streaming, but then when I actually got into the Discord and I actually read the rules, I deleted the VODs. So I was like, yeah, I don't want to get in trouble for this because it's a game that I'm really excited to try to learn and get played. And I've been so stuck on Warzone, I can't play that game that I paid for.
Yeah.
And
Is it kind of Rogue Company looking, but like the feel of Siege?
no, I think it's more like a Battlefield type. It's more
Okay.
it's like a SWAT team. So the cool thing about it is like when you load into the game before you load in, you can customize your guy every way make him possible. The type of armor he has, type of weapons as far as like tasers, stun guns, lights that can go underneath doors, cameras and stuff, based on your situation. They do have a story mode that's going to come out to where you can actually it's like police objectives. Like you go in there and you have a hostage situation, and you can do one or two things. You can kill the guy, or you can make the guy actually convince him to surrender based on your tactics and how you approach it. So it's very, very, very detailed. If you're at a night job, you want to put goggles on so you NVG so you can actually see. If you don't, then you can't see nothing.
That's cool.
So yeah.
Yeah.
So if you had the rosa skin in that, you would Riley.
I hate that
But no,
fucking skin.
it's a game. Once I'm able to stream it, that's probably what I'm going to be on for a lot. It's going
That'll
to
be good.
I'm actually the cool thing about it, and the reason why I got it is my name's actually going to be in the game
Oh yeah.
as an alpha tester. So I was like, that's what kind of sold me on it.
Oh, that's dope.
So yeah. So I was
Do
like,
you have
yeah,
to report out on things then, or just how
Uh,
the feel of it?
you can do whatever. You can just play just to play. There's like certain times where the community is a little bit bigger. There's not a lot of people doing it, so it's like your input actually the company actually listens to you. Like I've been messaged, hey, this is what's messed up, and they message you back. But I think it's going to be a really good game if it can pick up, and maybe get on console and stuff. But right now it's just on PC.
And what's that one called?
It's called Ready or Not. It's
Ready or
made
Not.
by Void Interactive.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Insider scoop, right? Like that's like
I've been
hot off the
following it for
press.
a while. I've been following that game for a while now, and I was finally able to afford to buy it and play it, and so it's
Now,
really
does that mean
hard. But
it's you have it paid for when it actually releases? Then you do,
yeah,
right? Yeah, yeah.
I'm pretty much. I think it's like a founder pack,
Oh,
so
nice.
you can buy different stuff. So I either had the supporter pack, which is the beta, and then the game, or you can be the founder, and you can be you get a little bit more perks out of it.
Sure.
Kind of like
Nah,
when you
that's
buy the
awesome.
best pre-order. Yeah, so I like it.
Yeah.
That's pretty dope.
I can't wait to stream it. I really can't wait.
I mean, it's always good. One of the main things is, you hear all the time, a breakthrough moment in streaming is streaming something that other people aren't, right? And like
Oh yeah.
finding a category or finding a game that there's not as many people streaming it because it's easier to stand out amongst the people who are like already got their feet, in the sand and moving along.
Yeah,
Those people
I
can
have no
jump
room for
from.
my hot tub.
Yeah, right. Black, you know what's funny about that, Black? It didn't dawn on me. Okay, this did not dawn on me. I have a hot tub at my house. Like I
Oh, God.
legit do. It just hasn't run since I moved in. It needs a heater and a pump, and I'm ripping it out and getting rid of it.
Isn't it just on the other side of that wall?
So where I was sitting, right? I was sitting behind this wall. It
Yeah.
was it was this way, right?
Okay.
So this is the front of my house, right? It's on the back of my house.
And you faced the front of your house.
I
when
was
you streamed.
facing. So right now I'm facing this side of my house. When I streamed, I was facing that side of my house. My front is, this is hard on the camera. My house is this way, front. It was that way. So
Man,
it was
I
to
missed
my
your old
right.
setup.
It was to my right. No, you don't. This
I
setup's
do a
awesome.
little bit.
This
I liked
setup's
having
awesome.
the trash can in the back.
The trash can in the back and my bar behind me.
Yeah.
Nice.
But no, yeah, I didn't put 2 and 2 when we were talking about hot tub streams a little bit ago, that I actually had a hot tub that I could just, fill up with water and, sit in. Like a full jet, like probably a very expensive hot tub that I'm just getting rid of.
That's dope.
It's been winterized since the first year I moved in, because I'm like, I'm not paying $2,000 to get a hot tub that I'm never going to use and then have to run it all year long, right? And run up my electricity bill. I'm just going to get rid of it. And it's just been sitting there for 4 years. But maybe I could, get in a Speedo and give it a shot. Shave the beard, trim up the hair, make it nice and straight, nobody will know.
Did you trim your beard
Throw a
again?
little makeup. I mean, not again. I trimmed it up a couple weeks ago.
You can buy one of those ab suits, that.
Dude,
Like you
the
saw
booty
on,
suit?
yeah, he saw it on Facebook. I saw the picture. I saw it on Facebook.
can the most recent sponsor that's reached out to me is called smoothmyballs.com. I'm not even shitting you. I'm not. That's not a joke. I will forward you the screenshot.
Where are these people
Their
finding you?
their website is nothing but blue tennis balls. It's so great. They were like, hey, we want to send you out our Pube Muncher 3.0 or whatever it's called. And I was like, sounds good. Send it. They were like, do a review. And if you want to be a part of the affiliated program, we would love to have you. We're doing a giveaway for who has the best ad. We're giving away 5 PS5s and 5 Xbox Series X's.
Holy shit.
And I was like,
Why
you know what?
not?
I was like, whatever, send it. I'll do a fucking badass commercial. I'll make it some like 1980s, like bad infomercial. Like it goes all grayscale and does the big old X. Like, don't cut your balls like this.
Don't give out your secrets yet.
Ah, bro. There's gonna be so many. I can't even imagine. That they only sent out, I think it was like 10,000 units. And I was one of the 10,000. I was like, ooh.
Wait,
Kinda
so are these
cool.
sponsors just finding you through TikTok? Is that the deal? Is that the main?
It's the only place other than my Facebook, that I have my email public.
Yeah.
I don't care. I got my Secret Labs affiliation,
You know what's funny? I actually tweeted, there was a Respawn tweet, and I like replied to it, I guess, with my TikTok of my lab secret to see what would happen. Nothing happened. Nobody fucking cares.
No, but like that's the thing. People do care. Some intern somewhere.
I'm just gonna throw it. I'm just gonna throw it, and we'll see what happens.
That's what I've been doing with my most recent content. I have put down the bottle, and I'm like, I just don't care what people think anymore. I'm gonna post it, and if someone likes it, someone likes it. If they don't, it's not for them. And dude, I have thrown out everything from motivational to the corniest bullshit out there to fucking, I ate a Snickers bar and I fucking looked like I had an orgasm, bro. And that post done better than my last 20. Like,
I'm sitting on a gem of a death calm. It's just whenever I want to get around to do it.
Send it.
I'm not sending it. Oh, you mean send it? I have to film. So I'm gonna do
the pre-shot.
I'm gonna do a camera overlay over my gameplay. So it will be like I was in that game at that moment doing what the deathcom said, but I wasn't.
Perfect.
But I
That's
just
gonna
don't
blow up.
I don't want to spend the time doing it.
You got it.
I have the clip
I'm
saved. When I get around to it, I get around to it.
that I
It's a
have
perfect deathcom. It's like clear. You can hear what they're saying. It gives me a perfect, mildly inappropriate thing, and that's my fear. Because if I go posting that and then I get in trouble with work or something like that, that's gonna be my problem.
dude, I had one of my mom the other day. They were like, "Your mom's a whore," and I was like, "Merch links in the bio, but you don't know her. She's pretty happy gal."
Yeah.
Fucking waiting to post that.
So, Rodeo, you mentioned TikTok. This is how this whole thing started, right? So, as we're kind of bullshitting about TikTok here, what got you on TikTok, and how long you been on TikTok? And it sounds like, or how active are you on TikTok?
Well, this is my second year, second time doing it. The first time it was Musically,
Oh,
and
nice.
I started on Musically, and then it became TikTok, and I actually blew up. I had 32,000 fans.
Wow.
People used to make fun of me all the time for doing it. Oh, you're on a kids app, you're on music. I was like, this is what I'm
Perfect.
thinking. This is a small platform that I can eventually move to Twitch. And that was my mindset. And so, ended up getting to a relationship with a chick I met in Pennsylvania,
Oh yeah.
and she got jealous because multiple
Yours blew up.
people. Yeah, well, no, she got mad. She was old school. She's like, she didn't like the whole internet thing.
Oh,
She
okay.
didn't like video games. She was very controlling. And so I kind of disappeared. And then she deleted my TikTok. She deleted my other
Wow.
accounts and stuff like that. So just trying to come back, I'm like, man, I remember getting videos that were getting millions of views, and now it's like 25, 50. And I'm like, geez, what do I got to do? Captions, I do the exact same stuff I used to do, and it doesn't work. I was trying to find the niche that gets me going, and it was like duetting videos or reacting to videos that did it. But those get have a dark sense of humor,
Hmm.
and so those kept getting taken down. But the thing is, those videos were still up, so I just restitch it and do it again, and they would blow up again, and then they get taken down. But no, I usually post every day. I'm on TikTok all the time. I mean, Black can tell you, I'm liking all this crap and commenting on it.
Sure.
But no, I post it. If I have a good stream, I'll clip a bunch of stuff after I'm done streaming. I'll send it on my phone, and so I can download it for later. And then usually when I'm bored at work, I'll pop it up, look it up, post it, and go.
Nice.
And just but the cool thing I like about now TikTok compared to when it was Musically is so many people trying to give you information. To do this, to do that, try doing this, use this app. And it's gotten a lot easier for me to do stuff like clipping videos where my face is at the very top and my videos at the very bottom. There's an app for that. So it seems like it's a lot easier to do things now than it was back then. It's just trying to figure out what the niche is to get to that point again,
Sure.
which it does happen. The thing I like about now though is I'm more, I guess, emotionally involved with the community that I meet with, the people that I meet, like hacks. I'm talking to more of those people, and I get more connected than I was prior to my old TikTok account when I had a lot of people.
Sure.
So I just
Sure.
felt kind of more socially distant. So I feel like this is a better building stone.
Yeah. No, yeah, it's always when it's small, right? And then trying to build that into when it's big and being able to carry some of that over is nice. But if it starts off big, it's like kind of overwhelming. And how do you get a grasp on it? So it's kind of good the way to look at it. I was watching. You guys ever see the DJ who has the mask on? You never see his face, and he does like the.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Got
so
the
there
cool
was a
mask every
yeah,
time.
but there was a guy who's must be another DJ who
Does he have
duetted
the
with him
tattoos and stuff?
and who was calling him out saying the USB
Yo.
cables weren't hooked up.
Oh yeah, I saw that one.
I was
Yeah.
so mad at that guy who was duetting with the other guy, which I enjoy his thing, right? Like he's an entertainer. Like
No,
who the hell
but like
cares?
the thing is, even if it wasn't hooked up, that doesn't mean he didn't do the work.
It doesn't matter if he even didn't do the work. I
I
don't care
mean,
if it's somebody
I've
else's
made tons of
audio.
videos on people bashing other people for their content, and honestly, that's why I stopped focusing on TikTok. 'Cause I got
Okay.
so
Okay, guy
fed
who
up with
posts
it.
three a day. Okay.
I post on my Facebook first, and then it goes to TikTok through a share.
Listen.
I don't post that TikTok first.
It is 3 posts a day. That's hardly giving up on TikTok.
It starts on Facebook.
That's
Facebook
fine.
has the algorithm to throw it over.
That's fine. I'm just
All
saying,
I'm doing is using
but you're
TikTok to
throwing it
push
over
a
there.
video that's already up.
You're throwing it over there. Anyway, delete your
As you
delete
should.
your TikTok, and then we'll talk.
I might. It's
listen.
fucking toxic as shit.
So my problem was, and I did a good job of like controlling myself, my mind, because my mind wanted to go down the route of like, I need a message on this guy's post. It's a duet, and be like, bro, why does this impact you? Like, why does this bother you?
You'd probably blow up and you would
Like,
get so much hate.
Why is this why is what this guy doing impacting you? Is it because one, it doesn't, and you're just using it to like
Create content.
clout chase or create content, right, for yourself, right? Is it two, it bothers you because you actually take the time to produce it while streaming it on TikTok or making the video or whatever, and that bothers you that this guy's able to do it maybe more successfully without it? Like, what is it about people? So don't get me wrong. If it is to create your own content and you're going to create content based on hating something else or whatever, then hey, that's your content. I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm not saying it would be my content, but it's your content. And I can't tell you not to do that. And if it's clout chasing, then it's clout chasing. That's how you're doing it. It's whatever. Like, I let people self-promote all over the place on mine. You know, I'm like, I don't care. If they want to go watch you, they'll go watch you. But it bothered me that he tried to tell me why I should not like it. I'm like, I don't care that thing's not plugged in. The music's got me going. I feel like I'm ready to rage out. And it's beautiful. You know, it's good to look at. It's appealing. He does a good job with all of it. He's an entertainer. It's like, it was like the guy who's sitting there yelling, wrestling's fake. You know, he's sitting there, wrestling's fake. And I'm just like, I don't care. It looks good. I don't care if they already know who the winner's going to be. That's my 2 cents.
You're going to be on my TikTok later. Just letting you know.
My 2 cents. At Caesar Ari, you know, I don't post anything other than Lab Secret and ramen noodles, ways to cook ramen noodles. That's it.
I posted a ramen noodle video today.
And my stream deck. Did you?
Yeah.
I didn't see it.
It was right after my Snickers one.
I didn't see it.
One.
It was good.
I saw the Snickers one. I didn't see the ramen noodle one.
It was basically the same thing, but my noodles were way too hot. So I couldn't get the ASMR of me slurping it up.
Oh.
And it fucking burnt the shit out of my mouth.
Bro, I'm telling you right now, this death clip that I have in the workings.
I'm so ready.
If I was willing to give, you know, the saying, like when they're, you know, the whole meme or saying risk it all, when you know there's like a girl
Burn the
he
boat.
was ready to risk it all. No, like that was like the thing, like this man was willing to risk it all, you know, because it was like he's staring at a hot woman, his wife's right there or something, right? Like whatever, that kind of thing. Well, if I was willing to risk it all, I could take my idea, which I think is like a 7 or 8, to like 12, okay? Way past 10. It could get real messy. It might get banned on TikTok. It might get taken down on TikTok. But it would be really good. But I'm just not willing to risk it all. I have a career I need to keep pushing towards. I can't do it.
No,
one blown up TikTok isn't gonna
understand.
do it, bro. One blown up TikTok's not gonna make my life
I fully
complete, so.
understand that, because that's what was holding my content back when I was employed. You know, I was so worried about what my coworkers, what my boss, what everyone who worked under me would think.
It's not even
if I went viral. No, dude, it is.
No, it's so goofy.
It is.
No, like I'm saying mine's
What's wrong?
Mine's so goofy. Like you've seen, come on, dude. My ramen
Dude,
TikTok
that's what
goofy
I'm
as hell.
saying.
My Lab Secret goofy as hell. My stream deck goofy as hell. This one,
Okay.
Goofy with a sexual reference, okay? Like take it to another level.
Thing.
Take it to another level.
You're too worried about what other people are gonna say. That's what held me back. And that's what still holds me back to this day. But I'm starting to let that go.
I'm not even worried about what other people would say.
And my content is getting better. Then post it.
Well, no, that's I just have to shoot the video, you know? I just have to shoot the video.
I'm waiting.
I look, here's the thing. A lot of
Everyone
things are
can
good.
make an excuse.
A lot of good things are in my head. Whether they are good things outside of my head, different story, okay?
You will never know unless you post it.
They're good things in my head, but
You have amazing ideas all the time.
we'll see what happens.
We see what happens.
It's funny. It's
I agree. You're a funny dude. It's scared to post this content.
Here's this. Do your coworkers know you stream?
Yeah,
yeah. No, they do. They like a lot of them use their Prime sub on me. I'm not gonna lie.
There you go. So most of them already know what kind of humor you have.
Oh no, this
Not
is,
this kind of.
this is not gonna listen. This is not work appropriate. Let me just tell you, this deathcom not work appropriate.
Well, you're not at work.
The innuendo that I'm going to portray or allude to is not work. It's not. It's bad. It's bad. I mean, there's not going to be anything graphic in it, right? There's not going to be anything graphic. It's just going to be.
I think you should just maybe
We'll see what happens.
do it. You should do it and then post it, and then do like a live view on Twitch.
You know what, Black? I might be able to send you this clip, and you might be able to make it appear that the deathcom was for you, because my voice isn't in it at all, and you could do it. Yeah, you could do it.
You want it made that bad?
We'll talk later. It's such a good thing that I just don't know that I can pull the trigger on it. I am worried for what repercussions might come from it. It's not bad.
I ain't got no boxers on, bro. I'll do it.
Look, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's just
saucy.
It's got some risque to it, okay? The idea that I have in my head has some risque to it that I'm like, the fear of it actually getting somewhere, like getting enough traction, because none of my coworkers are on TikTok, right? They'll never see it there. Yeah. That's not a problem. But if it ever got to a place,
World Star picks it up.
Yeah, then we're in a world of hurt.
Comes a meme overnight.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I'll let you in on it later, Black. It might just be something that I want made so bad that you could do it.
I would feel bad if it blew up. I really would.
I wouldn't.
I would.
I wouldn't.
Just tag him in it. Just add him in it.
No, it doesn't. No. It doesn't.
Inspired
it doesn't matter.
by true life events.
No, because it doesn't matter for me blowing up. The blowing up part isn't. You know this. We've been over this 1,000 times.
I know.
It doesn't matter for me. It's the humor that I want to get out there. It's the humor.
Yeah, but you got the mullet, bro.
I know. It could be real good, dude. If I went full in on it, I would do the Fu Manchu with the mullet when doing this video clip, and it would be even better. Oh my god. I could probably wear like a wife beater in it, just like the white tank top.
I got one.
Oh man,
I even got my long johns, bro, and my coveralls.
Anywho. All right, I'm off track here. We went down we talked about TikTok, and it just took me down this path. Ugh. Black, you're just munching on this Snickers now.
That's a Hershey with almonds. It looks like a fat ass.
Snickers.
It's a Snickers.
Snickers.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Ice cream.
Oh my god, it's a Snickers ice cream, which is really good.
Okay.
So I've kind of asked a bunch of questions. Black, do you have any questions for Rodeo? I know you've been playing with him more lately. This is the first time Rodeo, I actually popped into your stream, I think yesterday.
Yeah.
I did. Yeah, I said what's up, right? I think I.
Yeah, I was just really in the game.
Yeah, no,
That's one thing I got to learn.
Well, so if people are streaming, especially when they're about to be the guests, like I like to get a sense of who they are at least a little bit, so I know. I knew you were already coming over from Black, and Black had been playing with you, so I'm not ever worried about that. Black's worried about some of my people. Black's worried about some of my people.
I've made up with Minecraft. He's cool.
He's not worried anymore. He's on Facebook.
Huh.
But he still streams this, so he has to be worried. He has to be, but
Wait, what are
what I
we
was
talking
saying,
about? I was
nothing.
making love to his Snickers
Yeah,
bar too much.
I know. What I was saying is I popped in to Rodeos get to know him, so I kind of picked up on some of that and like what kind of questions I can ask you and all that kind of stuff. Black, do you have any thoughts that come to mind?
Uh, I don't know how personal you want to get.
I have no filter.
I know, but like some stuff sensitive. I just had questions about your mom because you said at the beginning of this you were taking care of her, and I know from personal talks of ours that she's not on the right track of things. I
Yeah.
just want to make sure that you're okay.
No, I'm good. I can talk about my mom. Mom was a single mother of three, and well, I was a twin, but my brother never made it. That was 2 months premature. My mom suffered from a kidney transplant when I was in like sixth grade, and she had another one like 4 years ago, another second kidney transplant. Um, and what's crazy about it is she had me at 19, she had my sisters at 20, and she worked 3 or 4 jobs. She's the working class. She's busted her ass, and
That's
so
awesome.
yeah. So slowly, my career was I wanted to become a police officer and stuff like that, and I worked my way through corrections. We were working my way through that. So I was gone. I was in like 2 hours away from home. So my mom did a lot of helping me raise my daughter and stuff like that. And she's working a full-time job. She's technically disabled. Um,
That's
this year,
awesome.
sh- this year she
Worker.
actually, yeah, this year what kind of was really hard is she actually got COVID. It
Mm.
put her in the hospital for 3 months. It shut down her kidney, so now she has to go to dialysis every other day.
Oh,
And so just doing that,
Fuck.
it kind of Black actually sent me a video. Like I said, he's helped me out through a lot. He told me to watch this video and tell me what he thought. And so I was I was already streaming, and I literally broke down because I needed to hear something like that. Because I work all the time. I don't get to hang out with friends and stuff like that. I don't get to do all that. I'm working.
sure.
And so, with my mom being sick and all that stuff, it kind of was in a really, really tough spot. I didn't want to talk to nobody. I was mad at work. I was mad at home.
Sure.
You know, and then the snowstorm happened. We had to deal with all that. Just, if it wasn't for my family and me being where I'm at, I don't know how I would have done it. Like even till today, it's crazy hard to do this alone. And it's just amazing that my mom's still going. She's actually doing a lot better. She's out of the hospital now. With her dialysis stuff, she's actually getting an appetite. So I'm cooking meals for her. So she's actually eating. So she's improving, but she's not going to be able to work anymore. So pretty much, she lives with me and my daughter and just take care of her. She helps me with the kid, helps me with my daughter, like free babysitting. So
Sure.
That's awesome.
yeah, it gives me the opportunity to work and, it just, gaming is my outlet. Streaming and doing this is just kind of getting away from everything.
Sure.
So that's why I like doing it. It helps me get away. I can play a game, have fun, come back and go back to my life. And it just gives me that little bit of outlet that I need.
Thank you, Kath.
Yeah.
No, man, and I actually just had a conversation with my doctor, and it was it you know it it's I'm not saying it's word for word anything of what you're going through, and I told my doctor, I was like, I don't understand how I can be two people, and she was like, you need to elaborate because I need to know if you're telling me you have, you're thinking you're bipolar or not. I was like, no, like I'm not that. I'm just saying like I can go on and I can entertain 20 to 30 people for an endless time. And then as soon as I hit end, I'm a completely different person. I can't talk right. I can't talk to my wife right. I can't remember things. And, you know, I know streaming is my outlet. Streaming is what helps me cope with a lot of stuff. And, you know, then she was like, she said it in a roundabout way that like I haven't fully coped with the fact that I'm never going to be able to do the profession that I was born and bred to do. Like my dad was in that profession all his life. He was a surveyor. He'd done power plant work. He was hard worker. I followed right in them lines. and they're telling me I may never go back, and I don't know how to handle that yet. And just like you, man, with your mom, I do not want to be in your shoes. That is, you are stronger than me, good sir.
Yeah.
Stronger than me.
Yeah, I agree. It's definitely tough situation. Black, I know you're not giving yourself credit, but you're going through some of your own stuff as well. So you get I want to praise Manny. I don't know how. Like you're 16 hours, right?
You're working your ass off,
16
dude.
hours a day, and then you still have, I mean, probably for necessity reasons of like an outlet, like you said, but you still have the energy to then stream. You know, how many days a week do you stream, would you say?
Uh, I went to, like, after mom got COVID, I went to the weekends only, and
Mhm.
I would just do it while I could because that was the time I was off.
Sure.
But that's usually when I sleep.
Sure.
So I just been kind of just playing. I've been just streaming every day now, just to I play games anyway, so might as well just stream it. I go
That's
back
my
to my
feeling
same
too. Yeah.
back to my same logic. And if I don't want the cam on, I'll just turn off the cam just so I can get the footage. Just because it's, me being on TikTok and making a video is another outlet that I enjoy. I like making videos. I like making, customizing different things. It's another outlet. And so it's more or less I'm distracting myself.
Sure.
And good days, bad days,
Sure.
it's I
We
just
all
know
do.
that I got something I have to do, and it's more or less the support of my family that's what keeps me going. If it wasn't for my mom, my two aunts, my sisters, my
Sure.
cousins, if it wasn't for them, I don't honestly understand how I would be here right now. Or, I didn't know. I didn't know I was going to be a single father. So I didn't know what to do. Like, my family literally walked me into it. They helped me every step of the way, and it's still, now that my mom's getting declining, it's like, what am I going to do now? And now I feel like I'm trying to find help. It's like I don't need it. I know I don't need it. I just had to eliminate what I had to do. So I mean, I'm getting another job so I can work at home, and
Sure.
I'm just adapting to my
Dude, you're
situation.
making it work, and do not forget you are not alone. I'm dead serious. It is easy to sit there and stare at your monitor and literally doing nothing and think you're alone surrounded by people. And I said it in a recent post, man. You can be above water but drowning. And I'm telling you, man, do not ever feel like you are alone. I I mean that with every ounce of my body. I
You're good.
know that like times can be tough and like the situations around you can make it seem like that's what's defining you, but you are much stronger just by what I'm hearing than you think you are. I'm telling you that, man. Like
I
you're
had to get it
doing
from my mom.
amazing. 16 hours a day, you're fucking nuts, dude. I've
Yeah.
been there.
My
You're
face.
fucking
I
nuts.
mean, when I watch this back, my jaw dropped when you said 80 hours.
You're
Like
nuts.
if it didn't
I've been there,
actually
dude.
if it didn't actually drop in my mind, it did because that number just was ridiculous. And then I asked about 7 days a week because hey, you throw 2 extra days in there, right? You can get to 80 hours pretty quick, right? Um, but you said Monday through Friday, and it's just like 16-hour workday is just it's insane. It's
I don't know.
crazy.
I guess the way I grew up, just how I grew up, we just
No,
worked.
it's
You know,
I
Sure,
mean, yeah,
sure.
same here, man.
It's
That's how
just,
it goes.
I think it's just our generation. Like, I got people that I supervise that don't even care. I mean, they just don't care. I mean, like, things can happen that can actually happen in a like a world dynamic, like, someone stealing an airplane or something like that, that I control. And there are 20-year-olds that don't care. They don't care to search a bag, warn
Sure.
somebody. They don't care at all. And I'm like, this is
And that's
nothing.
just
This is easy.
that's the work ethic of America, sadly. But we could get
Th-
in that another day.
Yeah, I'm like, this is easy. I mean, when I did sort, when I was doing when I was working in prison, there were days I would be at work, and I'm just used to it. It's like it's normal. I'll stay up and I'll wake up at 2 a.m. every morning, do what I got to do, go to work, be by there by 6, get off at 2, go to bed somewhere around 11, and then be up and go
I
again.
Dude, I had a cot in my manager's office when I worked at Caffeine, 20 minutes from my house.
Yeah,
Dude,
Black just showed up to work to sleep.
I
He
I
just walked
there
in
was
his
times,
office. He just walked in, went to sleep. You know,
dude.
everybody did everything,
It's
then he walked home. You know, that's his work ethic. Just went to sleep the whole time he was at work.
it's not easy, man.
I'm just kidding.
No, I know,
I'm
you are,
bringing
but
some
like,
light back because you're notorious. You're gonna be the one that brings in the real deep questions that I struggle with. I struggle
Be
with them.
afraid to
I
ask
mean,
anything.
I don't think it's I
No.
I
I
think it's on
struggle with like
everyone's mind.
it.
Like,
No. Look, it's good. It's a good conversation to have. We've had a couple of these during these. I mean, we're 18 in, and we've definitely had a couple of them that have touched on some deeper conversations, which are really good to do. Um, you know, it's not an easy thing to talk about.
oh, it's not.
So
No.
I appreciate Black you for asking, and I appreciate Manny you for feeling comfortable enough to share and like get that out there because to Black's point, I mean you're not alone, right? There's uh, I don't really pay attention to the census and how many people are out there, but I'm out of all the people in the world, right? There are plenty of people who have similar or some mechanism of the same situation or a different
Yeah.
situation, an easier one, a harder one, or something. But just being able to relate it back to a person who's talking about theirs is a good, helpful thing.
Yeah. No, it's just I don't know. I've just always been open. I feel like you should never have anything to hide anyways. Like
Sure.
someone
It's a
doesn't
great mentality to have.
if someone doesn't like it, then who cares? Like that's why, I used to when I first did my TikTok, I used to post me doing random dances and stuff. My daughter would do dances with me and I'd be goofy as hell.
Sure.
And I'm like, I don't care. Like, why care? Like if there's always going to be someone that hates it. No one's going to have your mindset, your anything like that. So, just kind of like work if something happens, like why why stress out about something you can't control?
Well,
And just
I'm hearing some lessons here at the end actually, which is good, and
I was
that's what
just thinking that, dude.
the deeper stuff really brings out. So, um, yeah, just be yourself resonates with me there. You made another comment there that I'll play around with, and I'll shoot you some options over Manny, and if you don't like any of them and you like another one better, um, I'm that's how I treat it. These episodes are for the guests and kind of like what point they want to get across. So I know we're coming up on 2 hours, roughly right about 2 hours. I know Black's probably been live a little bit longer than that because he started.
Oh, 2 hours.
Yeah, right at 2 hours. Um, so I think we hit a good point. I mean, at the same time, like it's hard for me to like. I have a hard time. I mean, I love being open and talking through things, but I have a hard time hearing other people's like struggle, right? Or hardships. I shouldn't say struggle. I think of it as more as hardships, right? Because it doesn't sound like you're struggling. You might be, but I don't sense it, right? Like Black was saying, it feels like you're strong. Like everything you're saying is showing me that you're like working through it. So it's more of like a hardship because that's a better definition. Um, but I think this was a great episode. Like I didn't know you before this episode, Manny, and I feel like I've now talked to you for weeks. Like I don't think we've ever had a conversation other than I think you popped into my chat the other day. And I said what's up, and then I popped into yours. I think that was yesterday. I said what's up. Prior to that, I don't think we had a single conversation. Some of the people that we've had on here, I've at least talked to them in a game before or something. I think Kenny might have been the only one actually that I didn't
Yeah, I
know
think
before
you
this.
only had conversation in my chat with him.
But that was before. That was because Kenny like he was episode 3, right? So it was like
Yeah,
before
yeah,
everything
yeah.
got started. But yeah, so I mean, Manny, I want to thank you for taking 2 hours out of your jam-packed day of 16-hour work days, and you're,
Saturday.
oh, it's Friday
Saturday's
right now.
tomorrow.
Saturday's
Yeah.
tomorrow.
So
Okay.
I'm up a little bit more. So I actually took
Okay.
a nap before this. I was trying to get a little rested, so I bought pizza, did the easy dinner thing, and I'm gonna take a nap. I deserve it.
Dude, I appreciate you taking the time. Like I messaged you, hey, either of these work, and then I shot out Friday, and you were more than happy to do it, and that's awesome. I appreciate you spending the time with us and
Anytime.
letting not only myself, I know Black's been playing with you, letting myself get to know you as well as anybody watching or gonna watch in the future. I appreciate that. Um, so it seemed like I found you on TikTok through This Guy Rodeo. You're on Twitch as This Guy Rodeo. Are you on like Instagram or Twitter? Same thing or?
Not yet. I haven't fully done any of that. I need to get on it. It's just one little
It's
honeydew list.
tough. It's tough. Like Black said, that's why he enjoys Facebook because it ships it to everywhere else. But it is tough to keep up with all those medias. But I guess everybody can find you on this guy rodeo on Twitch. Sounds like Manny's
Mhm.
live pretty much every day. Probably some days shorter just because of the work schedule. But
Yeah, no, I'm on. I just more or less just like to play. Like
yep.
the mentality is it's a game. Just have fun. That's why I like playing with hacks because you just hear him screaming and yelling and
I don't
makes
know,
it
man.
fun.
He cut me from the team. He cut me from the team when he
I
thought I was
did
trolling him.
not.
When I was
Now
bad,
that's different.
he cut me from the team
I
immediately. No,
mean,
I'm just kidding.
he does, and Hex does throw a lot. So
Oh, I can't tell you how many
I
times
have
I'm
no
watching
idea.
Swerve's perspective, but on Black stream. Okay, just saying. You know what that means. You know what that means.
Today's the first day in a long time I played with Swerve.
I don't want to say a long time. I saw it a couple, maybe like a week ago.
It was probably a week ago.
Yeah, it just feels like a long time for you because you're live every day. But
That's true.
Manny, I appreciate you taking the time for us. I will craft up some ideas for a lesson out of this and send it over your way.
yeah, no problem, man.
I wanna thank you again. I'll have to jump
Thank
into
you for having
Verdansk
me.
with you guys.
Oh, yeah, play
Yeah,
some
bring
Mario
it
Kart.
on.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Woo!
Hey, 100% Mario Kart on Mondays. We join a Discord call. My coworkers, I don't share the Discord call because obviously not everybody likes to be online. So I basically do my back cam for my Mario Kart so people can see I'm playing up on the big screen, and then I'm in my face cam on the Discord, so I'm talking to people, and it's fun banter. Oh yeah, you're not gonna beat me, or I just hit you with the banana, or the whatever, right?
Take them, you
It's a good
slippery
time.
bastard.
Dragon's Afro, who was our guest last week, he was talking a lot of a mess because 2 weeks prior he won, but he didn't stand a chance this past Monday. No way. What's your face? What's your face doing, Black?
Huh?
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, Manny, I'd love to have you on Mondays if your
No.
schedule allows for it. You
Yeah, no
just let me
problem, man.
know.
Me up.
Yep.
Figure it out.
Hunter, you can sign up
Yes.
to join a call. We do this once a week. We take signups in Caesar's Discord. I can get a link for you.
It's the Dad Club Gaming Discord. Yeah, our mod who
Riley, if
normally
you're
sends
in
it out is in
Riley,
here.
if you're in Dad Club Gaming, can you grab that sign up, exclamation point sign up, and copy it over here, please? That would be awesome.
Yeah, so we're
I
always
don't.
looking for additional. I think we have one more person right now that I want to have on next week, and then Black and I for the 20th episode are going to do just a refresh of just me and him again, kind of talk about where his streaming's at now that he's on Facebook. We haven't talked about that other than indirect conversations, and we'll talk. I mean, a little bit more about me, and then we're probably going to get back into people who have been on twice that have had life changes. Whether it be becoming affiliate on Twitch and they weren't before their episode, or becoming a father. Vibe became a father after his episode, so there's
Yeah.
some people who'll be on for the second time, which we're more than happy, Manny, to have you on again. If you ever want to be on again, just you can always add yourself to the sign up. And what I'm
Hit
gonna
me up.
try to do is just get people who have not been on yet, give them an opportunity to be on, and then when we want to start rolling through some people who want to be on a second time, I love it.
Problem. It's fun. It's nice.
Absolutely, yeah. It's meant to be. It's meant to be. It's just a change of pace. Well, guys, I'm gonna take us to the fuzzy screen.